I have to admit, I had a hard time because I've got two individuals here that qualify to be the twit of the week. And I couldn't make up my mind between the two, so I'm going to do them both.
Drive at 5.
Twillers.
Tweedly dum, tweedly dum. Looky, 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 look at that sugar plum. Humpy, hump, 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 tweedly, tweedly, tweedly dum.
Our first twit of the week has to be, yes, Jussie Smollett. Now, despite the fact he has committed a felony crime, needs to go to jail, and in my opinion, he needs to also be charged with a hate crime, he did something incredibly stupid in this process. Not only did he pay these guys, but it was how he paid these guys. And here to tell you how that was done, it's our good friend Lionel from Lionel Nation.
This is getting better than I ever thought it could ever get. He paid by check. So not only are we building the case for the fact that Smollett may be just crazy, he's a dumbass. He pays by check. What is he, Jerry Springer? Remember when Jerry Springer bought a hooker and paid by check?
Oh, you know, you just can't make this up. It's like the guy that walks into a bank and, he hands the teller a note, I have a gun, hand over all of your money in your cash drawer, and she does, and the guy, he gets home and he gets arrested because he used the back of one of his own checks to write the note to the teller on, Duh! So he pays these guys by check. Yeah, good luck saying that you didn't pay these guys to carry this out. Good luck trying to explain. Yeah, well, anyway, this guy is so toast. But my other twit of the week has to go to that not a brain trust, Don Lemonhead at CNN.
I watched his interview on Good Morning America,
Why
and
did he do that interview?
I
don't. Let me just say something too.
I came away with watching him thinking, I hope he's telling the truth because I'm not convinced.
Okay, so let me say something about this. Someone who sits here every single night and tries to get interviews with people who are involved in the news. Oftentimes, when people they go into crisis PR management. They call a crisis PR person. Yeah. That crisis PR person will tell them, do a morning show. Right. They've got a lot of viewers. Never throw yourself on the mercy of the court. This is not 1997. It's not even 2006. It's not even 20. That no longer works. This is, and in this particular case, this is not an entertainment story.
Now listen to what he's saying.
This has become a political story because of the whole MAGA part. And you know where that is played out and lived daily? In cable news and on social media. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to take your fight, you need to take it to the pit, to where it's happening. It's not happening on morning shows.
That's right.
This is playing out every single moment in cable news. Sean Hannity's going to eat Jussie Smollett's lunch every single second. Tucker Carlson is going to eat Jussie Smollett's lunch every single second.
The President of the
United States is going to eat his lunch. And who does the President of the United States watch every night?
You.
Cable news. Yeah, well, cable news. And so that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
So here's what Don is trying to say. Jesse, you wouldn't have had the problems you're having right now if instead of doing the Good Morning America interview, if you would come here. Wink, wink. If you would let us walk you through the carefully crafted stage questioning, making it look tough when it's not. Hey, Don. It wouldn't have mattered if he did Good Morning America or did your show or even did Tucker Carlson or the Sean Hannity show. Don, the guy lied. What about that isn't clear? He made it up. It's a hoax. It wouldn't have mattered what show he went on to explain. The whole thing is a canard, a prevarication, a lie. It didn't happen. It's myth. It's fiction. Are you saying that you could have spun the story better than ABC Good Morning America? Is that what you're saying? I'll bet the producers and the editors at CNN are glad to have you on the team, Don. You absolute ignoramus, buffoon, bonehead, idiot, moron, jackass, jerk-off. Are you kidding me? How do you get a gig on TV? How do you get to sit there and espouse your absolute unbridled stupidity night after night after night? To sit there and lament with two attorneys, a civil rights attorney, a criminal defense attorney, who kind of laid it out, this story just didn't hold water right from jump. And Don's like, well, how so? Well, gee, first of all, white roving MAGA gangs in Chicago, really not a thing. That he goes out at 2 o'clock in the morning to go to an all-night Subway, and it's 40 below zero. He's bundled up. You can't see his face. He gets it. Now, think about this. He gets his sandwich. He's leaving the Subway. These two dudes jump him, beat him up, pour bleach on him, put a noose around his neck, say this is MAGA country. Nobody ever even heard of that phrase before. He goes home, waits almost 40 minutes before calling the police. They get there. He's still got the noose around his neck. Oh, and the Subway sandwich, perfectly intact. Perfectly intact. And then we find out he paid the dudes that jumped him by check. And Don, you worried about which TV venue got the interview? This dude lied. The whole thing is made up. Are you saying you could have helped him carefully craft the lie in the interview, that he wouldn't have gotten caught, that it was something that happened at Good Morning America that tipped the police off this guy's lying? I bet they knew from jump. Seasoned cops, seasoned detectives probably thought right out the gate something ain't adding up here. But because he was high profile, because he was black, and because he was gay, the pressure was on. Give him and extend him every courtesy and suspension of real logic and real belief. And then finally, 47 hours into their 48-hour investigation, they went to their superiors and said, we can't do this anymore. This dude made this happen himself. That's why the police superintendent is so angry, because they've been played for fools, and he don't like that. But the fool, Don Lemon, well, if he had just come here, we might have been able to help him. Don, just remember, the only reason you've got your gig on CNN, you're their token. I'm Pastor Marty. This is the Afternoon Drive. Absolutely, positively nothing else like me on the air anywhere. That's not bragging. It's an undeniable, verifiable statement of fact.